Okay, guys and girls, welcome back to FTRL Division 2. 1 week later than we expected, but we are here for round 6 this evening in Mexico City for what should be quite an interesting race. We've only got 14 drivers on the grid tonight, unfortunately, so hopefully that will change sooner rather than later. We will be joined by Joe Burns later on towards the end of qualifying, but for the meantime it will be myself and FTRL Panda, aka Will. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Good to be back, of course.
Yeah, after the problems we had last week with PSN, it's quite nice to finally be back. So, what's your thoughts for tonight, mate?
Tyres. It's just all going to be about tyre temps, tyre management, especially through the Essence.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the intriguing race if Div 1's anything to go by. Obviously the championship standings are proving to be very, very close indeed as it currently stands, so we shall have to wait and see who is top of the pile come the end of this race. I'm just going to pull up the Division 2 standings whilst we're here. We will be joined by Agent Panda and FTRL Blue Flag at some point during qualifying for a quick chat, something that we're going to try and do most weeks now. So pulling up the division standings, we've currently got Tim Tonair in first on 74 points, Bravers Revenge only 4 points behind in P2, and then we've got 2 points further down the road with Cress on 68, and Chicken Guy rounds off the top 4 on 66, and then 8 points behind is Matt Cause, and then Tim 12 is quite a distance behind in P6. Obviously he picked up his first win last week and he seems to be in better form, currently sitting on pole at the moment. Will, do you think he's going to hold on to that?
Yeah, I think he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to get pole.
Well, guys in the stream, welcome along as well. Please let us know. Praga's in. We've got someone supporting City Posh Blue. Pagani's in there as well. Let us know your thoughts, lads. Who you think's going to get pole? How you think the race is going to pan out? Is it me, Will? Or is it looking quite cloudy as well?
It is looking fairly cloudy. I mean, I've done one for in the race a couple of years back in the wet, so it's not impossible.
No. Well, I'm currently on board with Cress, City Posh Blue, sorry, and he's got a Toro Rosso right in front of him. I don't know whether they're both on. I don't know whether they're both on flying laps or not, but he's going to get held up.
City Posh, he's on a flying lap, I think.
He is indeed. Right, we've got Agent Panda in the booth. Welcome along, mate. Not too bad, buddy. How are you? Good, good. How's the track feeling, first of all? Oh. No. Certainly hasn't, mate. How did he? I see you on the Hypersofts, currently in P8 at the moment. So you're looking to improve coming into quali? Lovely.
You'd share your voice, Agent Panda, I think. You'd share your voice, mate. I don't think the stream can hear it. Weird. Just what Pagan is put in the chat.
Voice isn't shared. Yeah, if you go into party settings and then allow your voice to be shared, if you go to always allow, it should then start coming through, just to make sure. Maybe it was on share only for current party, possibly. You found it? Cool. Is it on always allow now?
It's on always allow, yes.
Fantastic, cool. So they should be able to hear you now. If one of the boys can just confirm in the chat, and then we'll just go for a couple more questions, mate. Don't want to hold you up for too long. Yeah, I can hear him now. Fantastic. So, right. So first of all, obviously other guys wouldn't have heard, but yeah, talk us through what happened on your lap.
I just sort of skipped the first corner, got it disallowed the lap, and then as I was changing settings, ended up hitting into the back of someone. I think I didn't see who it was. I was just too busy getting out of the way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So, what's your kind of strategy for the race? Obviously, if you qualify outside the top 10, are you going to start on the quickest tyre? Are you going to start on the slowest? What are you going to go for?
Maybe start on the slowest. Maybe
Yeah.
the soft. I'm not sure. That's normally what I tend to go for, but
Yeah, the hyper softs don't tend to last very long round here, so it should be quite an interesting one. But I mean, all I'd say is just keep it consistent tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of people with overheating tyres. And with only 14 people in the lobby, would you say that this is a good opportunity to possibly get some points this evening?
I'm up to some points. I'm definitely fighting for some points in this race.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. Well, best of luck to you, mate. Anyway, I'll let you crack on, and hopefully you can put in an improved lap and have a great race. So best of luck to you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Cool, no problem at all. See you soon. Okay, right, so as it currently stands, most of the guys have set times on the Hypersoft tyre, and the next person down that hasn't is Cress, who's in P7 on the Supersofts. So that's a very, very good time from Cress, considering. So he's looking to go on a completely different strategy, and Bendel starting on the Ultra Softs as well. He just brought himself back into the pits. Anything caught your eye so far, Will?
Just talk really. It seems that him and Matt are obviously getting quite close in the flying lap, and also he made some contact with Tim Tonnerre as well when he was going to start a lap, so I don't really know what's going on there.
No. Well, we've had our second driver join us, so hello Simon, blue flag, how you doing, mate?
Not too bad.
Good, good. How's your qualifying been so far? So you're sitting in P6 with a 1:14.9.
Disappointed with that, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, you got time to rectify it, mate.
Yeah, I know I'm better than that.
Yeah. How's the track feeling?
The car's a little bit loose. I'm hoping there's a bit more grip to find as the session goes on.
Yeah. Well, you've got some way to go now. If you want to catch Tim Tonnerre, he's just putting a 1:13.8, so he's looking quick.
Yeah. I'm aiming for Tim 12. I'm aiming to get. I know that I can do that.
Yeah.
I know I can do a 14Z. That's the quickest I've ever been. So if I can slot in between him and Rovers, happy days.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. Well, you've not enjoyed the best start to the season so far, considering you're the reigning Div2 champion. So with people missing tonight, you're currently P10 in the championship on 17 points. Just by getting P4, that can push you up to 6th. Are you hoping for a good result tonight? Do you think it's going to happen?
I'm hoping that my season will turn around from now. There were some tracks in the first part of the first 5 races that I didn't really excel at or enjoy. There's races coming up towards the end of the season that I'm more comfortable and happy with. So
cool. Well, with only 14 people as well, I think there should be good opportunity for points. Do you think overheating's going to be a problem tonight, or do you reckon people would have practiced it after the Div 1 race?
If anyone's taken any notice of what the Div 1 boys were saying, they'll have put some time into trying to control the temperatures. The one thing that's going to probably get a lot of people is time penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anyone that sort of limits himself to next to no penalties is going to achieve a good result here tonight. So, right, one final question in, Simon. How's the race looking? Is it going to be a dry race? Can you confirm anything for us?
That'd be telling now, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay.
Well, in some suspense.
All right, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. Well, Div 2 is famous for having wet races, so let's see if we can continue that trend. But best of luck tonight, mate, and I'll let you crack on to go out on your final flyer.
Cheers, boys. Good
See
luck
you later,
in
mate. Thank you very much.
See ya.
Okay, Will. Anything happened whilst we've been away? Have you noticed much?
Chicken guy, he's putting a good lap. He's up to 4th, and then obviously Tintoner's 13.8 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the new guy as well, Chaz Big Waz. Interesting name.
Cracking name.
Yeah, so it's his first race in FTRL, so hopefully it all goes well for him.
Yeah, first ever league race as well, so best of luck to him. Well, Matt Cause has just improved by nearly 6 tenths, so he finds himself in P7, but at the moment the top 4 are looking pretty strong. I think Cress will have a part to play in this race if he's going to be starting on the super softs. I think he'll be hoping that one more person pushes him down, but they need to go at least a second quicker to be anywhere near him. So yeah, it's I'm quite interested to see how this pans out. But what's your thoughts for the race, Will? Who's going to take it, do you think? I know it's early days, but I'm going to put you under that pressure.
I think Chicken Guy will be there or thereabouts. He's always good on tyres. He's definitely a tyre defender track, so he's going to be up there. I think Matt Cause is going to struggle with the tyres, and it doesn't seem he's quite up there with the Tims today. And obviously Tim Tonnerre seems to be pretty good, so I'm going to go. I mean, I don't know what order they're in, but top 3, Chicken Guy and the 2 Tims.
Okay, well, guys in the stream, let us know what your thoughts are for the top 3. Right, Plexits, I know you're in the chat, you want me to update the Div1 standings, but I'm in the middle of a stream, so I can't do it for you right now, pal. So I will get that sorted and updated for next week, for next week's standings. So approaching the final 2.5 minutes of qualifying now here in Mexico, and I think anyone that's doing more than 1 lap on the Hypersoft tyres is really shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah, they only do about 3 laps of the race, and then they're definitely slower than the ultras and pretty rubbish.
Yeah. Well, Pagani's saying Tim 12, Ravers and Prototype Steph, who we're currently on board with as he's starting to fine up. He'll be hoping for a bit of a change in fortune. He's had some really, really good qualifying sessions, Steph, and then in the races he's just really struggled with tyres and temperatures.
And the internet, that's not gone too well either.
Yeah, no, his PlayStation seems to have a bit of a wobble from time to time. Hammer Time's not having the best of luck so far. I mean, he started the season well, he was right up in that promotion scrap, and unfortunately had to miss a race or 2. So that's he's given himself all to do there. Joe Burns has now joined in the session, so he's going to have to retire his car. So he should be joining us any time from now. Fingers crossed he can get himself in.
See if Bosch has improved his time, but he hasn't actually improved any positions, I don't believe.
Yeah, well, Tulko's gone out on the Ultra Soft, so he's going to try and beat a 1:14.5 on Ultras, and he'll be in quite a good position should he do that. Prototype Steph now coming round the final corner. It's looking like it might be quite a nice time from Steph. 1:13.9.
Brilliant.
Brilliant effort from Steph. Now he's put himself in a fantastic position now. I think if I was him, I'd slow right down. Tim 12 starting a flying lap as well. Ravers Revenge.
Here he comes.
Hi Joe.
Hello there, guys.
How you doing, mate?
Not too bad. How's quality going?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. You're probably gonna get put in a car at the start of the race. You're probably just gonna have to retire.
Actually, I'll quit back to my menu and then hopefully it doesn't. And then I'll join back in.
Yeah, if you join back in once the race starts, then you won't get put in the car. So that'll probably be the best option, mate.
So I'll quit now.
Cool. Okay, so at the moment there's only 2 guys who have got into the 1:13s, and that is Tim Tonnerre and Prototype Steph alongside him. So, I mean, what's that, half a tenth between them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good.
And Chicken Guy did improve their times, but
Ravers is, only just missed out on Tim Tonnerre's time there. That could be pivotal coming into the race, because Ravers is fighting for that championship at the moment, so he's only 4 points behind Tim, and Tim's currently starting 3 places ahead of him, 2 places ahead of him. What a time from Tim 12, 1:13.6.
Hey, that's good.
Absolutely lightning time that was. Fair play to him. Ravers now is coming around to complete, is it another flying lap? No, he's in 0 on the battery. Tulko's coming around the final corner, is he? Yes, he is. And he's gone back into the pits. So that will put an end to qualifying, as Raver's now 5.5 seconds down on his time. Can't see him improving with that.
Yeah, it looks so mighty sector.
Yeah. Well, the final classification, Joe, as follows. We've got the two Tims on the front row. Tim 12 takes pole with Tim Tonnerre in second. Prototype Chef, the last of the right people to get into the 113s, alongside Raver's Revenge on the second row. Chicken Guy and City Posh Blue on the third row, with Torco and Matt Coles, the two Toro Rosso drivers, on the fourth row. Blue Flag and Crest round off the top 10. Crest starting on the super soft tyre. And then we'll just confirm the final four. I believe it was Hammer Time, Bendel, I think it was Chaz, and then Agent Panda.
Prague has gone with first Raiders, second Chicken Guy, and third Tim Tonnerre.
Okay. Aaron, do you race in PSG? Well, I did previously. I've recently just left. Yeah, so final classifications: Hammer Time 11th, Bendel 12th, Chaz in 13th, and Agent Panda in 14th. It did improve, but couldn't quite make up any positions. But it's all about the race that really, really counts. The race starting in 10 seconds. Okay, Joe, will give us just a second and then we shall let you know when to join, mate. Have you got another invite, yeah? You should have a couple.
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect. So yeah, Panda, you can take us through the formation lap when it comes up. The guys are just readying up now, sorting out their strategies for the race. It looks like it's going to be a dry one. Pretty clear skies, a few clouds around, but nothing that should really impact the race anytime soon. I thought Simon sounded happy.
It's qualifying. He wants to have about quality though. He didn't improve in the end.
Okay, right. Well, Will, if you want to take us through the formation lap, and Joe, you should be safe to join now, I think, if it's formation lap.
So Cress is the only one of the top 10 not on the hypers. He's gone with the supers. We've got Hammer Time and Bendel behind him on the supers. And then interestingly, in 13th and 14th, we've got Chaz and Panda both on the hypers. So they've got 3 title choice, but they're not picking anything different from the top 10. So it's an intriguing one, that one. Got the 2 Tims starting out, P1 and P2. Those two have been very quick in qualifying. Just throughout the season, really. Team 12 definitely picking it up recently. Crest, yeah, a bit further down, but he's on the supers. Just to bear that in mind. 2 Toro Rossos next to each other, Torco and Matt Gores. It's probably one of the first few races Torco's been in. He's been on holiday for the first part of the season, but he's back now. Said before, it's a great qualifying from Stefan and McLaren, but it's happened before. Will it happen again? Is he going to get a bit unlucky? Is his internet going to hold up? Who knows? Only time will tell with that. Raver's starting P4. As Aaron said earlier, he is second in the championship standing, so just some more consistent finishes for him and he'll be trying to secure that top 4 position. Expect to see Blue Flag come through the field. He usually does that in the race. He did that in performance in Bahrain last week, getting right through in the McLaren, so that was a pretty good job from him, and I imagine he's going to do something fairly similar in this Red Bull. So yeah, we're just going to start forming up now for the start of the Mexican Grand Prix.
Fantastic, thank you very much, Will. Joe, are you in?
Yeah, well, let's go.
You can see everything, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic, right, well, we'll stay on board with the leaders as we prepare for lights out of this 36 lap Grand Prix. and by the end of this race it will officially be halfway through the season. So who's going to have the upper hand going into the second half as we prepare for lights out? We are 3, 4, 5 red lights in Mexico, and it's lights out and away we go. Can't see too much as the drivers are coming towards us. Tim 12 has had an excellent start. Ravens Avengers had an absolute stormer of a start. He's going to be challenging Tim Tonnerre going into turn 1. Tim Tonnerre is going on the outside of Tim 12, but Tim 12 holds it just. And Steph fighting back against Ravers now. Fairly clean start so far.
Chicken Guy's not had a great one. He's down from 5th to 7th.
There's a little bit of contact as well between Ravers and Prototype. I don't think anybody lost anything. Or the Ravers has just lost another position, so.
Yeah, Ravers lost out to Torco. Torco's run wide though, so Ravers is going to have to run on him. But the two Tims and Steph have had a fairly clean start. Torco gives. Oh, was that wing damage?
Yeah,
I think.
Some carbon fibre definitely came off from Ravers' car.
Yeah, so Ravers has picked up some wing damage from Torco. Just didn't give him the space at all. But he is only on the hyper soft tyre, but it's going to give him more work to do. After his pit stop, he's going to have to change that wing over. Not the cleanest of driving there from Torco. A bit further down the field, Matt Cause and City Posh having a little scrap. Not too much in the way of position changes. Torco's up 3, Ravers is down 1. So is Chicken Guy and City Posh. And then other than that, it's only really been Agent Panda who's gone up a couple. Bendel's had a bit of a nightmare start. Dropped down to last.
Yeah, looks like Tim's on there. Oh, he's really got that corner there. He's going to have to stop that. I think penalties, so they're going to be a pretty big deciding factor in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cress is all over the back of Hammer Time.
He's lost both positions that he's made up at the start.
Yeah, Cress is looking to go on the outside of Hammer Time. He holds position. And Cress goes for a little squeeze, gives Hammer Time a little shove. Should really have to give that position back in my view, but unless the game is structured to, it's not compulsory.
Two Tims were a little bit side by side with that section, but Tim 12 has held it.
Oh, we've got a couple of yellows.
Oh, Toko's gone wide. He's spinning around in the middle of the track.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of wing now.
His wing. A lot of wing.
So I'm stay on board with him now as who's that Bendel comes through, so it's just Agent Panda now to profit on that. So Ravers is now moved back up to P4, but he's 2 seconds off the pace and under heavy pressure from Chicken Guy, City Posh and Matt Cause.
The speed of Chicken Guy, he's got some decent straight line speed.
He certainly has. Tim Tonnerre, is he going to take a look around Tim 12's outside? No, Tim holds that nicely. Yeah, Prototype Steph staying with these guys at the moment, so it's a good start from him.
Apparently Catamese is back. His PS4 is working.
It is. He messaged me just a short time ago.
Very nice to hear.
Is indeed. We do love Catamese. So the top 3 all separated by about 1.2 seconds. And Ravers is just shy of 2 seconds behind Prototype Steph. Still under some form of pressure. I haven't seen any penalties pop up yet, but I'm sure they'll start coming thick and fast very, very soon indeed.
Yeah, it seems like Steph has pulled a bit of a gap on Ravers. Then if that's due to wing damage or just the top 3 driving without any incident.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm wondering when those guys on the hypers are going to come into the pits. So on the ball with Tim Tonnerre's got a great run on Tim 12 now. With DRS open, overtake mode, Tim 12's going to hold the inside line, but don't think he's going to be able to answer back to that. No, he's not. So Tim Tonnerre takes the lead.
Good little move, straightforward.
Yep. Ravers has held off Chicken Guy.
That goes is past City Posh.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of grouping already starting to happen. So we've got the front 3, then we've got 4th down to 7th. And then blue flag has moved up one place so far. It's been nice and conservative, preserving his tyres. Yeah, Torko's quite some way behind already.
All Steph, Team 12. Team 12's had a spin.
Oh yeah, he has, yeah, look. And Ravers now under serious pressure from Chicken Guy's got the inside line. Ravers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Contact.
Ravers is going to have to pit, I think. He needs to just go in.
Contact again.
Yeah. He's going to have to go in, put himself on some fresh rubber and try and get the jump on these guys after their pit stop. I think that would be the best thing for Ravers to do in this situation. But no, he's going to carry on.
It's an interesting decision.
Yeah, I think it happened quite late in the lap, didn't it? So I don't know whether he had too much time to respond.
Let's have a little look there at Tim Tonnerre, but didn't quite have the speed to pull off.
Chicken Guy's going to run the outside of Team 12 as well.
Yeah, so Steph's absolutely flying at the moment. Torko gets the first penalty that I've seen of the evening. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I'm sure that's not going to be the last that we're going to see.
I wonder if Tim 12 got weighing damage or did he just spin his tyres up?
I'm not too sure, but they're going to be warm regardless. There's going to be extra wear on them as well.
Certainly is.
So on board with Matt Cause has had a pretty good start to the race.
Oh, Tim 12. Big wobble.
Yeah, Tim's struggling there. Matt Cause has got a good run. Matt Cause is going to try and go around the outside of Tim. Is there going to be contact? Tim 12's round again. Looked like a little bit of contact from Matt, but Tim did give him a squeeze, so I don't think there should be any penalty warranted for that. Now, is Ravers going to go into the pits? I would if I was him. Yeah, he is. Sensible decision. He's got, oh no, it's not. He's got a 5-second stop go. So not the best start for Ravers this evening. Is he going back onto the Hypersofts? Oh no, he's gone onto Ultras. No, he's not. He's gone onto Hypersofts again.
Curious.
Yeah, unless he's going to go for that and then try and take Supers to the end, but not too sure.
Hard work around here.
Yeah, it certainly will. Well, we saw, I think Co-Andy did this strategy, but he did the hypers at the end once the track had rubbered up a little bit. So, got a lovely helicopter view now. Prototype Steph chasing down Tim Tonnerre.
Yep, Pagani's cheering him on in the chat.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Steph get a good result. He does deserve it.
We need another person up there for the promotion spots.
Exactly. Well, touch wood, we've had no retirements yet so far. Now, is one of these two front runners going to jump into the pits? I would if I was Steph. No, he's not. So, yeah, really interesting decision from Ravers. I can only wonder whether he's not changed his tyres, possibly. I'm not too sure. Matt Cause has now picked up a 5-second stop go, so he's going to have that to deal with. Torko gets another penalty. But other than that, there's not too much going on now.
Blue flag does pit onto the Ultras.
Yeah, blue flag's down, so everyone from Matt Cause downwards has now pitted. So let's go down and find FTRL blue flag who's coming out the pits. Ravers Revenge driving on his own at the moment. Tim 12's not had the best start to the race. Finds himself now down behind Ravers. But it just goes to show these tyre temperatures can really, really damage your race. Ravers is currently pushing.
Steph just had another wobble going through the S's. Once his tyres are done.
I think it's time to pit. And if you're Steph, surely you'd want to be more conservative than aggressive. You'd rather just get some good points as opposed to risking it all. Now Tim Tonnerre dives into the pits and so does Steph, so Steph probably should have pitted the prior lap to this and he probably would have got the jump on Tim, but now he's giving himself more work to do, so Chicken Guy takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
Continued on those hypers. He liked a long stint on the softest tyres and he's doing it again.
Yeah, he's excellent with his tyre management. Really, really good indeed. So I think now that is everybody from Tim Tonnerre downwards has pitted once Chaz drives past in just a second.
There's just a new class as well.
Yeah, 1:17.3. Certainly showing some intent, but he's going to have to fight his way back through the field, and he's got blue flag, Matt Cause and prototype Steph in his way now, so before he wants to start challenging again. But Steph is right on the back of Chaz, so let's see how much time he loses. So Tim Tonnerre's had a right stroke of luck here.
Yes, oh, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, nice move.
Needed to be done. Doesn't want to follow a car on old tyres through the S's.
No, absolutely not. Well, Steph is 3 seconds behind Tim as Tim goes past Bendel, heading into the stadium section. So yeah, Chicken Guy's in. So Cress is going to take the lead. Cress is going to be in a very strong position coming into this race, because I think he'll be able to possibly make a one-stop work. Tulko has retired from the session. I think something happened with Tim 12 as he was off as well.
Yeah, I think he's hit the wall.
He spun it. Yeah. Chicken Guy's lost a lot of time from that overcut, but it's on the freshest tyre.
Yeah, just watching Matt Cause overtake Chaz, who's got only a couple of % on his battery, and he's still running in high, so...
Hammer time has been really close up to Crest the past few laps, and they're on the same life of tyre and the same tyre as well, so
well,
Hammer time showing some good pace. But Crest might have popped a bit too much temperature into those tyres, considering those supers and 8 laps old.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Hammer time going for the attack. Yeah, Tim Tonnerre is right on the back of this train now, so even after a pit stop he's in a very, very good position.
Yeah, he's got 4 seconds nearly on Steph now. The traffic's not helped.
Is Tim going to be able to get a double overtake on this straight? It looks like it. The speed of that Renault.
Right around the outside, right?
Yeah, fantastic. Well played. Yeah, Steph some way behind now, so Tim is looking very, very strong. Hammer time, is he going to take a look at Cress? Oh, he's hit the back of him. There goes some wing now. Yeah, Cress has lost a little bit of time, but Hammer time's lost some wing, so 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, that traffic's not helped Steph at all.
No, it certainly hasn't. Matt Call's going well.
Clearing it. He is.
Considering, what is he, net P3? He's taking a look at Bendel. Is he going to take a look? He is. Lovely move from Matt Cause. I'll tell you what, it's really good to see how much he's improved. He's picking his moves a lot better on this game. Yeah, Tim 12's not having the best of luck at all in this race. Prototype Steph now on, going side by side with Cress up the straight. Steph should have him with DRS, yes he does. He's going to be closing up very, very quickly to Hammer time. Needs to get past as soon as possible. I think it all comes down to this final pit stop now. There's no doubt they're going to have to go for it again.
Guy looking to make move on Bendel.
Steph up the inside of Hammer time. Just feathering the throttle. Yeah, Steph gets it done. Some lovely moves in this Grand Prix so far. Anything catching your eye, Joe? You seen anything going on?
I've just been watching Ravers the last couple of laps. He's still I don't think I wouldn't say struggling is the word, but the harder he pushes to catch up to the pack, those hyper softs are just gonna die. By the time he catches back up, he's just gonna have to pit again. So going to be interesting to see what Ravers does.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Crest and Hammer time.
Well, did have another spin.
Did he? Yeah. Unfortunately, the curse of his tyres has come back to haunt him. It's so tricky on this game.
A couple of laps ago, Ravers and Blue Flag, the gap was 2.5, it's now 3.7. So I think those hypersofts are starting to give him a bit of trouble already. He's only been on them 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, we've lost City Posh, who's had a moment going through the S section in the middle sector. Yeah, Tim 12's cutting across that corner now. He's really not very confident. So we've lost 2 drivers. A couple more and then everyone will be guaranteed some points, and I'm sure we probably will.
I believe Matt Cause is in P3 when Hammer Time pits, so he's driving well.
He is. Well, there's a massive train behind Hammer Time now.
Watch him go. Nice move on Crest. Crest knew it was coming.
Yeah, Matt Cause really piling on the pressure now behind Hammer Time, so let's see. Matt Cause is massively impressing me this season. I know I've only just said it, but it's really good to see. A chicken guy closing into the back of Matt Cause as well. Cressy is dropping off. Oh, chicken guy. Did he lose any wing?
I didn't see any fall off, but it was a light touch. He might have just got away with it.
Yeah, possibly. He's looking racy tonight, chicken guy.
Yeah, his tyres are 2 laps younger than all the other Ultrasoft runners.
Yeah, well, the guys in 4th, 5th and 6th are the only guys to finish every single race in the points this season, so they'll be looking to continue that trend. It could be indeed. Matt Cos has gone defensive up the inside. Hammer Time's a sitting duck. Chicken guy. Is he going to go? Ooh, is he going to cut across Matt? Oh, that was naughty.
It seems like he outbraked himself.
Yeah.
Outbroke himself, probably. So.
A little bit of wing flew off. I think it might have been off Matt Cause's car as well. Chicken guy going for a little switchback move. This would be lovely if he pulls this off. Yeah, it gives Matt Cause a little squeeze. But Matt just needs to not lose his patience now, or lose his temper, should I say.
Yeah, he's got wing damage.
Definitely has. Oh,
Big
Matt.
shame for Matt.
Yeah, that's going to really damage his race. I'm sure that'll be coming into the stewards after this. Now Blue Flag's catching up to this little train as well, so if anybody's wanting some action, you're at the right place. Now, will you be able to get the super soft tyres 22 laps around here?
No, no chance.
No?
Ravers is coming in pit onto the super soft floor.
I mean, it seems like Crest and Hammer Time are already struggling on the after 13 laps, so 22 is going to be a bit of a push.
Yeah, well, Ravers I think is going to be looking to go to the end now. He's not going to want to make 3 stops in this race.
That's a right strategy, that one.
Certainly is. Well, he's some way off the pace now, but he's going to be in clean air as Chaz picks up the time penalty. But he's going well on P9. Agent Panda's in P11. So, but I'm just going to get on board with Blue Flag now as he's on the back of this train, which is behind Hammer Time. Hammer Time and Crest. There's a yellow in sector 3. I think it was Agent Panda. Yeah, very conservative.
Going well considering he lost a bit of his wing earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Matt Cause is dropped off a couple of seconds off of Chicken Guy. Yeah, Bendel having a look at Cress. He's going to take a look around the outside.
Blue Flag close to this as well. See how this will end up.
That was really close to the back of Agent Panda.
It was. Yeah, I think they all got through here now.
Well, Bendel and Blue Flag. Well, Blue Flag's gone up 2 places in that. So one more pass on Hammer Time is due to pit still in this race. and he's going to be in P5, so he's going very well indeed.
Might be higher if Matt Cause has to change his boat.
Yeah, it probably will be, yeah, because Matt Cause is slowing up a little bit. Now, Prototype Steph has lost time to Tim Tonnerre, but I think if you offered him a P2 at the start of this race, he'd bite your hand off. So he's nearly halfway through. Yeah, blue flag.
That's probably the way he's thinking about it as well, to be fair.
Yeah, blue flag's looking racy.
Use those super softs at hammer time. Not looking great for the S's.
Well, I think keeping an eye on when Cress and Hammer Time come into the pits will be a good indication of how long those super softs can last, as blue flag flies up the inside of Hammer Time, and Bendel's going to take a look. Yeah, these three no doubt will be in a party together, so the Haas teammates need some good points, and at the moment they're going to get them. Now, who is that? Is that Agent Panda behind Cress? It is, yeah.
Yeah, he's done that.
Right, Ravers just got past Chaz. So Ravers up into P9. He's going to really want to try and push, but equally preserve his tyres as much as possible. So many things to watch out for in this race.
26 seconds behind Cress, so it's going to be an absolute much.
Campaign for Ravers today.
Well, Cress and Hammer Time are still yet to pit, but when they come out they're going to be on extremely quicker tyres than Ravers. But I imagine he'll be able to close that gap up because they're both on supers, so I don't reckon they're going to pit until, what we're going to say, about lap 22 maybe?
Maybe.
Well, Crest did actually qualify on those tyres, and Hammer Time has had them fresh at the start, so he's going to have a couple of lap advantage. And I think it's starting to show at the moment by the way that Crest is falling off the pace.
Yeah, certainly.
So let's go up and see how our leader's doing. Tim Tonnerre. A familiar phrase of him leading the races, and he seems to just be in cruise control at the moment. Plenty of battery, as is Prototype Steph, to be fair. Now, what's the next inevitable move, do we think? Well, Ravers has already pulled quite a bit of time out of Cress. What was it, 26 seconds a minute ago?
6 seconds in a lap.
Yeah, 6 seconds in a lap, so Cress is really struggling. Either that or Ravers is driving extremely well. So
yeah, being on board now with Cress, sliding all over the place. I think his tyres are short. Yeah, he's coming to the pit now.
16 laps, or 17 once he's crossed the line.
yeah, so Crest has probably done in total probably about 20 to 21 laps on these tyres, if you include his qualifying.
Yeah, it's going to be very tricky for Ravers at the end of the race.
Yeah, I think he might just be able to make the tyres last, but coming into the race he's going to be very, very slow indeed. Alright, Cress has pitted now, so he's pitted on lap 18.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's anything to go by, Ravers has about an 18 to 20 lap window, and he's got to take him about 22 laps. Matt Cause is slowly clawing back at the time at Chicken Guy.
Yeah, I think Chicken Guy lost 2 seconds in one lap, so I don't know if his tyres are going. Or they probably wouldn't. He probably had a mistake somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're going to see some pit stops soon, because all of the guys in the top 5 have taken their ultras off 10 to 12 laps. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, But if I was one of these guys looking to get an advantage, I'd probably go in and put on the super softs, because you have that little bit of leeway to take them longer, and they're not going to wear anywhere near as quick as ultra softs. The ultra softs will be quicker for a few laps, but over the course of the rest of this stint, I'd probably go for the supers. I'll just say that's a reasonable comment.
I'd go with that.
Well, Chaz is on the back of
nightmare.
Yeah, Chaz is on the back of Quest. But yeah, still got no battery at all, so needs to do a little bit of preserving. Ravers is down to 17.5 seconds, so he's certainly eating away at that lap time. At that time, sorry.
Yeah, Chicken Guy picked up a time penalty. I think he's one of the first of the sort of top half, maybe, to actually pick one up, so that might be important at the end.
Continues to extend his lead. It's not like still 9 seconds. Probably the S's.
Yeah, he's certainly driving pretty impressively. Let's have a look at. Yeah.
Oh, hammer time to pit.
Okay, so lap 20, Hammer Time has come to the pits and he's out on the ultra soft, so he's going to be alongside Chaz. So Raver's up into P7. Bendel's going to have to pit soon, but he's going to be going on to ultra soft, so I would imagine.
You think so? I definitely think so.
Yeah, Ravers is about 20 seconds behind Blue Flag, so he'll probably come out around those guys, but well, once they pitted, but they're going to be on much fresher tyres come the end, so yeah, Hammer Time gets past Chaz with not too much problem. Yeah, there's not really much else to look at the moment.
Yeah. It's starting to drop back from Chicken Jack.
Yeah, well, I think we've just got to be patient now for the pit stops. Let's see what's going on in the stream. Okay, so just looking in the chat, and Praga saying Crest doesn't need to fight, he's on a different strategy, isn't he? Yeah, that is true. He'll be looking to... Well, I think Crest might have to pit again, lads. Can he take the Ultra Soft 17 laps, considering he only took the Super Softs, what, 19? 18?
I mean, I can't, but
Yeah, right, well,
I don't know if that means he can't.
our race leader has pitted.
Yeah, he's going to the supers, as you said, would be a decent idea.
So, but for any mistakes, it looks like it's another victory for Tim Tonnerre. And we're just going to see him eat away at that lap now, at that time, sorry, to prototype Steph.
As well.
Yeah, Blue Flag's in. He's gone on another fresh set of ultras, so he's gone for the double ultras stint. Now, where is Ravers? Ravers has gone past.
Well, the good news for Ravers is that Bendel has done 21 laps on those supers, so he can get to the end.
Yeah, Matt Cause is going to have to pit again as well, so Ravers is going to jump him. So Ravers still could end up maybe, what, P5, P6?
Maybe. I mean, there'll be some pretty good defending at the end from Ravers, I think.
Yeah.
Only problem for Ravers is though, if you look at the time he's taken out of Bendel, from lap 34, 35, Ravers is going to be going extreme, so probably going to be losing 2 to 3 seconds a lap.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Cress and Blue Flag are fighting at the moment, so there is a yellow in Sector 2. Bendel's had a spin.
Those tyres, they've had it.
Yep. So Ravers up into P5, Blue Flag into P6. So if anything, that has profited a position to Ravers, because Bendel was now going to have to go in. Is he going to have to change wing? Yes, he is. So that's a shame for Bendel. Yeah, Prototype Steph has pitted, so has Chicken Guy. Matt Cause is in as well.
Ravers is faster.
Yeah, God, Matt Cause is really going to drop off.
Yeah, wing change, I think. Yeah, he's changed his wing.
Yeah, well, he's got it all to do now.
Ravers has got to hold off Blue Flag now for the remainder of this race, I imagine.
Yeah, and Cress, I would say.
Yeah.
But then again, Cress is on ultra sauce, but he's had him off for 5 laps, so that might not be a fight he has to make too much of, because Cress's tyres are going to fade off, and he's probably going to end up having to pit again, I would say. Either that or risk getting a puncture come the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Finally, some action.
Yeah, there's been some pretty big gaps between the drivers tonight.
Yeah, well, Cress nearly lost it then, going through the S's. Took a little bit too much curb, and he seemed to get a little bit of oversteer. I think Blue Flag might start to pull away soon. Maybe in a lap or Cress.
Cress is spanning right into the pit.
That was
You
close.
nearly made that pit stop for you, Aaron.
Yeah, he nearly did, yeah.
Nearly went again, then into turn 1 he got up.
Yeah, Blue Flag. 1.5 seconds off Ravers now. He's closing in. About a second lap.
Yeah, I think Ravers is probably going to have to give in. If he wants to hold on to probably P5, P6, then he's probably just going to have to concede these positions now, because he just want to preserve his tyres and hope that something happens in front of him. And to rub salt into the wounds, he's got himself a 3-second time penalty.
Chicken Guy's got one. Don't know if any of the others around him have that.
I'm just wondering whether we're going to see a Chicken Guy eat away at Prototype Steph's time, because he's on the quicker tyre, but he's still got a hell of a long way to go. He needs to consistently pull about 1.2 seconds a lap, 1.1, something like that.
I think it'll probably keep coming down till around lap 29.30, and then you'll see it extending again as tyre wear starts to set in.
Well, Blue Flag hunting Ravers down, is in overtake mode.
He wants that position of Ravers. He does. I believe P4 would be Blue Flag's highest finish this season.
It will be, yeah.
Cress is locking up now into nearly every corner. Really struggling on those ultra softs.
Matt Cause picks up another 3-second time penalty, so he's not having the best of luck either. It's a really tricky track, is Mexico. Only the best tend to prevail, and at the moment they are.
Oh yeah, Cress has gone wide and Matt Cause has got a run down on through the stadium section. Yeah, Cress is really struggling.
Well, I suppose if you're looking in terms of a championship battle, Tim 12 is probably only going to pick up a couple of points. Cress is only maybe going to pick up 4 to 6 points. Well, Cress is now pitted, so like we expected, he's out with that little battle now. So Matt Cause is losing some points, Chicken Guy's keeping it consistent, Tim Tonnerre is going to pick up another win, so it's still going to be fairly close.
Yeah, Ravers should be able to get a few decent points here.
I think as long as he
Right.
outscores Matt Cause, Cress, Tim 12, I think he'll be fairly happy. Because when we spoke to him in the podcast yesterday, he was saying that his aim is just automatic promotion, and then anything more than that's a bonus. And I think at the moment Tim Tonnerre looks like the man to beat, much like Tico in Division 1.
Yeah, not quite as dominant as Tico in Div 1.
Yeah.
Blue flags right in the back end.
A blue flag now, DRS range of Ravers. I imagine we're going to see a move by the end of this straight. Yeah, he's flying up to the back of him now. Ravers isn't going to put up too much of a fight.
Next up is Matt Cause.
2.5 seconds. But Matt Cause is on ultra softs, so he needs to get past him and do it soon, because Matt Cause does have at least 6 seconds of penalties, and his tyres are going to be really struggling come the end, I would think. I'd say Matt's got about a 5-lap window to get this done.
Yeah, Ravers is like 3 seconds, so he needs to get past and then get 3 seconds on Ravers this Matt Cause.
Yeah, exactly. Well, still 8 to 9 laps to go with the race. And strangely, Chicken Guy is not pulling away from Steph, he's actually losing time to him.
Yeah, it's
It's around
doing
that,
a very
around
good
that
job.
window. Like 29, like I said before, we'd start seeing the gaps start to drop off. I think once you hit the 5 to 6 lap window with over push-offs, I think you start degrading quite quick.
Well, Ravers on the attack. He's going to go on the outside of turn 1, is he? Blue flag breaks late. Ravers up the inside of turn 2. Fantastic move.
Great move.
Fantastic move indeed. But what this is doing is it's allowing Matt Cause to catch up to this little battle. So that
be wearing out his tyres.
Well, I think Ravers, if he wants to do anything in this race, I think he's going to want to sit in front of this train and just control the pace of it now, because they're all going to be hoping to get P4. But I imagine that Blue Flag is going to attack on the start finish straight and reclaim that position. The question is, will Matt Cause have enough speed to be able to take Ravers as well? It's all on this final corner.
I think in these closing laps, you're going to see these two swap around quite a lot. Because
Yeah.
right in there, the sub-premiums is insane.
Yeah, I wouldn't put past Matt Cause being at the front of this train coming into this straight. Yeah, Ravers drops down to P6. Now, just got to keep an eye on that time between the Matt Cause needs to get past Blue Flag and pull away. Otherwise, he will lose out to Ravers.
Yeah, he's a very smooth driver, this Blue Flag. If you're taken on board with him, it's always quite nice to watch him go around.
Yeah, it's lovely to watch. For the perfectionist, it is lovely to watch. Matt Cause looking quick.
Certainly is.
Now we now have a nice little battle to watch for the remainder of the race, it would appear.
You do. Fair step, he's holding that gap to Tim Tonnerre at around 12 seconds, so he's showing good pace throughout the race today.
Yeah, he definitely is. Now, Ravers stays in DRS range. Matt Cause on the attack. Hits the back of Simon. Yeah, I don't think there's any damage. Matt Cause is going to take a look up the inside into turn 2. Yes, he is. Lovely move from Matt Cause. We're probably going to see the complete flip of that at the start of the next lap. Now, Matt Cause has his fuel light on. Simon has next to no battery. So,
and with these guys flying, it's just helping Ravers keep up with them as well with the tyre wear.
Yeah, Ravers is oh, Simon's at a wobble. Got a yellow in sector 3. Who is that? Was it Chaz just letting past Steph, possibly?
Maybe, yeah. All blue flag Ravers very close.
Tintonair's about to come onto the back of Thunder as well.
Yeah, Matt Cause has done a good job on this lap. He's pulled away and done what he needed to do. He's out. Blue flag's out of DRS range. And Ravers gets a. Looks like he gets a better exit out of the final corner. Yes, he does. Now Ravers has to take these tyres 5 more laps.
He's going to be feeling it at the end, for sure, especially with the battle.
His fuel light's on.
Yeah, it's a very, very thirsty circuit, is Mexico.
Oh yeah. It loves a drink.
It certainly is. Loves a drink. Yeah, Matt Cause is not getting away from blue flag, so it's going to be hard pressed to get 3 seconds on him. It might even be 6 seconds, actually. It looks like if blue flag can drive this nice and cleanly, then he will pick up P4 on penalties, I believe.
Ravers nearly had a moment through the edges.
Yeah, see that.
To Ravers, though, he's doing extremely well to keep up with these guys on 18 Blackpool super softs.
Blue flags run wide. Matt Cause up to 2 seconds now. So Ravers is only just inside that window. And I'm not entirely sure, but I think Ravers might have 2 penalties himself. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, might check him out. He's got a stop go as Ravers, but I think he served that.
He served that, yeah.
He's only got 1 penalty as Ravers.
Ravers are going on the outside of blue flag into turn 1. Can we see a repeat? No, blue flag covers that nicely. Well played. Tintonair's got a 20-second lead now. Well, basically 20-second lead.
Blue flag's got 1 penalty.
22 seconds.
A bit longer than that, actually. Quite a long pit lane. Yes, blue flag has got a penalty, and Matt Cause has got 2, so he's nearly out of that 3 seconds as Matt Cause, speaking of it.
Yeah, Ravers' tyres are massively degraded now. So what Ravers want? Oh, Ravers! Oh, those tyres are shot. Yeah, if I was Ravers now, I would just manage these to the end and just make sure that hammer time doesn't close up to within 3 seconds, which should be quite manageable.
Hammer time has already taken a second out of the gap in the last lap.
Yeah. Yeah, Ravers are struggling on those tyres now. They don't look too blistered though. I mean, there's obviously some signs of wear on them, but yeah, he's really having to.
I don't think all that bargain helped him very much. I think he could just let those guys go through.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier on.
I suppose he'd spent 17 laps trying to catch up to them. So it's like
another one of 7.5 behind now.
Yeah, he's catching. He's been on those tyres a long time as well. How much time? 13 laps on the ultras.
Yeah, difficult for Ravers. As it currently stands now, can Blue Flag take 7 tenths out of Matt Calls in the final 3 laps of the race? What do we think, guys, in the stream? Let us know. Do you think the Blue Flag is going to take Matt Calls on penalties?
Oh, Tim 12's had another spin.
No, Blue Flag's lost nearly half a second now to Matt Calls, so his tyres are really starting to drop off as well now. We have a Matt Calls fan in the stream.
Ravers is nearly completely spun into the wall. Just managed to keep it on.
Yep. Well, hammer time's down to 4.6 seconds now.
Wow.
So Ravers basically has, what, 2 laps? Because it won't be the final lap when he comes round, because Tim Tonner's already started lap 35. So Ravers has 2 laps.
Doesn't even look like Ravers can put his foot down at the moment. He's just sliding everywhere.
It really doesn't. Oh, wow, he's really struggling on those tyres now. Hammer time 2.8. Crest only 2 seconds behind. So
oh, he's gone. He's gone. Ravers is gone. Round on the straight. Oh, what a shame.
That is a shame.
Yeah, it was always going to be a challenge taking those tyres 22.
Yeah,
Oh, he's gone again.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he
He
might
just-
not even finish in the points at this rate.
I just don't think he's got any grip whatsoever.
I think he's lost his front wing as well now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's going. Right, well, Chaz is now caught up to the back of Tim 12. He's within DRS range.
Could we see a point for the new guy?
It may well.
Tim 12, I think, has got quite a few penalties as well.
In 2 corners, the gap between Tim 12 and Ravers just dropped by 3 seconds. 4 seconds.
Yeah, well, I'm now watching the battle for 6th as Crest is closed right up to the back of Hammer Time.
Ravers is in the wall again.
Crest is going for the move on Hammer Time for P6. Gets it done.
A bit of a slide there at the end. Ravers.
That's all Ravers now. Yeah, he's just continuously spinning.
Yeah.
Takes the win.
Tim Tonner does take the win. Apologies, Tim. We'll go on board with Prototype's Death, who's come around to complete a fantastic drive. Comes home in P2, so massive congratulations to him. Matt Calls is in P4, looks like he's going to hold on to it. Chicken Guy in P3. Ravers is massively struggling now.
That is a point for the new racer.
Certainly is. Matt Calls comes round to take P4, and Blue Flag finishes in P5. Now Cress, I'm pretty sure Cress has a penalty. So Cress does cross the line in P6 and Hammer Time jumps in. Yeah, P6, so Cress in P7, Bendel in P8, Tim 12 in P9 and Chaz in P10, and then the 2 Mercedes drivers of Ravers and Agent Panda round off the grid with just the 2 retirements. Really unfortunate to see that with Ravers at the end. Done a fantastic job on that recovery drive, but Tim Tonner takes the headlines again. Unfortunately, Arava's on my screen at the moment, so I want to sue Codemasters for putting me through that pain.
Yeah. not ideal.
There we go. So final classifications, as we've seen, obviously subject to penalties. And now we have Blue and from Talco Racer. So we will just go back into the main lobby, and we shall get in Tim Tonnerre, Prototype Steph, and Chicken Guy for the podium interviews. Any final words from you boys about the race?
Not really.
Very a bit unfortunate for Ravers right at the end.
Yeah, quite an uneventful one, really, if you think about it on the whole. It's probably the most boring Div 2 race you've had so far this season, and there was still a reasonable amount of action. So I'm just going to jump in and invite Tim, Prototype Steph, and Chicken Guy. What we'll do, boys, is we'll interview one of them each if you want. So I will speak to Tim. You can speak to Steph if you want, Will, and maybe you can speak to Chicken Guy, Joe, if you fancy it. Give it a go, mate. You'll be fine. Right, let me just try and find. It's really annoying when people appear offline. So there we go. Right, we'll just wait for these boys to join. Evening, boys. We will just wait for Tim Tonnerre to join. If you can just double check that you're allowing your voice to be shared for us. Cool. Nice one. If you just look in the party settings, it should show you there, mate.
Yeah, always around.
Wicked. Cool. Right, we'll just wait for Tim Tonnerre to jump in. Now, is he going to come?
Yeah.
If not, we will invite in. We're inviting Matt Cause. We'll give him a minute. Okay, well, I'm just going to invite in Matt Cause then. Hello,
Yeah.
Tim. Tim's joined. Hello,
Yeah.
Tim. Right, so we'll
Yeah,
just jump
bit
straight
of
in. Go on, mate.
No, it was a bit of a bad Wi-Fi connection, but I'm here.
Cool. Right, we'll just jump straight into it then, mate. Well, congratulations. That's another win. How was that race for you,
glad to
first
see
of all?
that. Yeah, well, it was a good race. It was a bit disappointing that I didn't get the pole, because I think I could have got it. But yeah, it was a good race because I overtook Tim at the straight, and then he spun, I think. So then the only one behind me was Prototype Steph, and I managed to drive away from him and win the race.
Yeah, so it looked like quite a comfortable race, but it only looked comfortable, I think, after it was maybe your second pit stop. I think up until your first pit stop, it was really, really close, and then Steph was really putting the pressure on. And then I think it was about halfway through your middle stint, you seemed to pull away a bit of a gap. I think Steph got caught up in a little bit of traffic, and you just managed to avoid it. Do you think that was really where the gap come from? Was you pretty confident after you'd seen that you'd go on to win?
Well, I think it was already after my first pit stop, because then I had a better pit entry, so that won me like 3 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So, and then I was just managing the tires as well as I could, and yeah, just drive it home.
Nice. Well, that puts you now onto 99 points for the season. So, and obviously with Ravers finishing outside the points at the end of the race, and then Cress finishing a little bit lower as well. It was only really Chicken Guy who got significant points in the top 4. So, you look like you're in quite a good position now, mate. Are you confident you can go on and take this to the end of the season?
Yeah, well, I'm actually very confident, and I think I can do it. Hope I can do it.
Nice. Well, final question for you, mate. Singapore Street Circuit. That's the next track. How are you feeling for that one next week?
Well, I haven't actually driven it on this game, but on last year's game I was pretty fast there. So
Yeah.
I hope we keep the momentum and win also there.
Yeah. Well, good luck. The tyre temperatures around there are really, really tough. So
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
best of luck. Well done to you tonight, mate, and congratulations on your win once again.
Thank you.
Right, Will, do you want to take over?
Yes, that's first podium for you this season. Really, really good result. We've seen you do decent qualifying in the past, so you must be really happy to back that up in the race.
Yeah, definitely. And just like Tim said, to be fair, I'm a bit gutted. I didn't get pole myself. I didn't have DRS open on the first straight. I thought I had it on, but when I've gone into the braking zone, it just weren't on really. So I thought I was 2 tenths down already. And then when I see the pole was just 2.5 tenths off, I thought, oh, might have been able to nick it, but never mind. But no,
Yeah, it was.
happy with the result.
I mean, yeah, it was a great race from you. To be perfectly honest. So, did you do anything different in this race compared to the other ones?
No, not really. I mean, like I felt good going into the first few laps. Like you said, it was quite close with the 2 teams, and then unfortunately one of the teams spun out through the S's, which was a bit of a shame. But then, going back to the pits, yeah, I knew from Simon that with his McLaren in a different league that I'd get held up in the pits a bit. So like Tim said, he had a good pit entry. I had a slightly poor one, but when he's come out as well, that's kind of held me up for an extra second or so. And like you said, then I come out in traffic, and I just knew then it was pretty much over. So I just lowered the RS and just thought I'd stay with the second.
I mean, you brought it home in the end. That's what matters.
Yeah, true. And to be fair, Tim was flying. I was never going to catch him. To be fair, so congratulations.
Yeah, it was a great race from him. So moving on to Singapore, as we asked Tim, thoughts about that track?
Yeah, I quite enjoy it, but as you see, I don't know if you caught me in the later stages, but I managed to spin a bit later on after my second stint. I think it was about lap 30 or something. I spun out. So yeah, I'm not too good with the tyres still. But and saying that, congratulations to that the new guy Chaz. He kind of moved out of the way from me. I come back on track a bit rash then, and I almost took him out, to be fair. So apologise for that.
Anyway, congrats on P2, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And just for a bit of reference for you as well, Steph, I think that second place bumps you up to about P8 in the championship now. So you've taken a massive jump, so it's probably up towards the place where you'd want to be. So keep that going now, mate. Hopefully you can have a good second half of the season.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. I'll try to.
Yeah, well played, mate. Right, Joe.
Right, well, Chicken Guy then. 4th podium of the season. Great race. Something to come through the pack well once you pit. How did you feel that went?
Yeah, pretty good actually. I mean, qualifying was a bit... I didn't really know what to do, to be honest, because tyres around here are usually pretty bad, so went with the pack and everyone else was on hypers, so I just thought that'd be the best best thing to go for. And then lost a few places off the start, I think, and then just settled into a bit of a rhythm, I suppose, and just obviously other people like crashed out and stuff that helped me out a lot. And then I was probably like sat there in P3, and then I think it might have been about like lap 27 or something, but I got a nosebleed, so I had to like get tissue, and then like, oh, it's such a mess. But yeah, just about managed to keep going.
No, yeah, you did well, mate. You've mentioned the tyres. A few guys out there were struggling. Ravers towards the end, I think, got a puncture. I mean, were you managing the tyres a lot through the race, or you not really have that problem with the setup that you had?
To be honest, I feel like my driving style just looks after tyres generally well, so I don't have to think about like tyres. It just happens like naturally. So I suppose that's quite good.
Yeah. Well, I'd say 4th podium of the season. You've had 3 seconds, so how are you feeling for Singapore? Do you think you can go and grab a win, or?
Well, obviously, Tim was extremely fast, being fast at like pretty much every track, really. So, obviously, massive well done to him. But Singapore, I don't know. I feel like maybe the weather could have come into effect there. In the wet, I feel like sort of quickish, or like faster than I am in the dry. So, yeah, I think we could get a good result out of Singapore. And especially around like the street track, it's going to be difficult to like keep concentration and not put it in the wall, I suppose. So, we should do okay, I think.
Nice. Well, with Ravers and Cress, like I say, having I won't say, well, Ravers had a pretty poor race by his standards, so I'm pretty sure he's a little bit gutted by that. And Cress as well, finished a little bit further down the order, so that's going to bump you up in the league. Do you think you go forward now and maybe try and get that top spot?
Well, as I said before, Tim's been like so consistently quick. I think it's going to be difficult to take the overall, but I guess I'm sort of aiming for promotion. I mean, if I got that, I'd be like really happy, to be honest. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Nice. Well, congrats on the podium, anyway, mate.
Thanks.
Cool. Just one final thing for you, Chicken Guy. So it's now looking like there's actually quite a big gap from 5th to 6th. So it looks like it's a 5-horse race now for the top 4. I think with your 4th podium of the season, like Joe said, I think that now puts you in 2nd. I think you've now leapfrogged Ravers and Cress. So you've got to be feeling confident now, 2nd half of the season, mate. Do you reckon you can do it?
Well, Chris and I were talking about this quite a while ago. We were thinking there's like 3 really quick guys, and then there's us 2. So we were thinking maybe one of us isn't going to get promotion. But I don't know, if Tim Charles not that consistent, unfortunately for him. But I don't know. I reckon I've got a chance. Yeah,
well, best of luck to you for the rest of the season, mate. Yeah, and well done on your P3. So thank you very much for joining us tonight, guys, in the podium. Thank you to Will and to Joe, who've done a great job on his first commentary. So hope you enjoyed it, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully we'll manage to grab you in there next week as well, going forward. And yeah, so we've got a performance race tomorrow night, which will be at Spain. So please tune in for that, and then we'll be resuming back to normality next week for Division 1, Division 2 at Singapore. So please join us then. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.